Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now let's talk a little Paulie Mallignaggi. Everybody knows him. He was a champion back in the junior welterweight division. A good outboxer. Used his speed and things like that. Probably wasn't the best. Might not make the Hall of Fame or whatever. But, became a very good pundit. Somebody's a good interview. And Paulie Mallignaggi is somebody who's controversial because he speaks his mind. And in the world of boxing, you're not going to be good, with a lot of people if you speak your mind. And if you're on the side of justice, things that are unjust, there's a whole lot of them in boxing. We talk about them all the time. And Paulie Mallignaggi is somebody who addresses these things, right? Paulie Mallignaggi is somebody who gets under people's skin, he gets under people's skin. I know in the black community, when it comes to boxing, he's been considered to be racist and things like that, which I might address. I think racism, it has about 4 layers of racism. There's, everybody's a little bit racist. Then you got racist. Then you got very racist. And then you have extremely racist. Different things. A little bit racist, like, everybody's cool. Just don't date my daughter racist. Then you got, hey, man, to each his own, just don't really come around here. I don't really want nothing to do with them, but hey, if they all right, just everybody can live their life. That kind of racist. Then you got, like, I wish one would come around here. Something gonna happen to them, racist. Then you got the extreme racist, and we ain't even got to go there. Motherfuckers just going around looking to do anything, excuse the French. Just do something to other people because they're different, right? But all types of racism basically you're a product of your environment. When you grew up, you were told things. A lot of people don't travel and interact with the people that we're supposed to hate. That's a lot of times. It could be your government, it could be your family, it could be your neighbors. If you delved into a racist environment, then you're just gonna probably just do what everyone else does, like The Walking Dead, for example. So you have to get up and get your own opinion. I don't think we have enemies on this planet. We're told that we have enemies, but that's just a whole different thing. Bottom line is, when it came to the black community, Paulie Mallignaggi said a few things that irked blacks. I don't remember them all. I remember one, for example, was saying that Eastern Europeans are taking over boxing, right? And I can remember right back then, I was like, oh, that's not really racist to me. That's just an opinion, and it's not really racist because at the time, we have to understand, for example, when you're talking heavyweight, the Klitschko's, just that family, ruled the heavyweight division for 10 years. And then in that phase, you still had Povetkin that was right under them, who was also Eastern European. So that's not a bad statement. Then in the light heavyweight division, the cruiserweight division, were none but Eastern Europeans. That's Usyk, Briedis, Gassiev, Vlodacek, all of that was Eastern European, right? And cruiserweight. So totally dominated heavyweight and cruiserweight, right? Then you had the light heavyweight. Look at what we got right now. Beterbiev and Bivol, followed by Vucic, right? So, that statement, then those 3 divisions were dominated by Eastern Europeans. And then you had the other ones that, people were talking about a lot, and Golovkin in the middleweight division and Lomachenko and stuff like that, which we knew there were people as good as them or better. But, they were there too, the Kavalikas of the world and a lot of stuff. So that statement wasn't so outlandish in my opinion, but it still would irk, some brothers. Because we know we throwing down, what I'm saying? We can mention people, but not in the heavyweight at the time. You only had Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and stuff coming after the Klitschko's. The Klitschko's ruled for 10 years, and we was hard up for heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't like that. But, it's always some brothers in the world of boxing, and then you have brothers from Cuba and stuff like that, so, and from everywhere. So we ain't go there, but that wasn't an outlandish or racist statement. Then I also know that Paulie Mallignaggi, gets on Devin Haney. Someone we know is young, trying to fight everybody. And I think that is attributed to probably not racism, just I don't like the dude, right? So just when you don't like somebody, it doesn't really matter what race they are. Because I don't think Paulie was objective when he was talking about Devin Haney a lot, like he didn't want to fight Lomachenko when we know Damn it, that's total the opposite. He was calling him Nomachenko at 20 years old, trying to fight everyone in the division, and people wouldn't fight him. Teofimo Lopez wouldn't fight him, and we knew that. And and then for undisputed actually wouldn't even fight him. And Kambosos was trying to fight Lomachenko instead of him, and he was trying to do everything. So I didn't like Paulie's take on that. It's like, why you gonna act like Devin Haney is nobody, and people ain't gonna make no money fighting him. He's up and trying to fight. I didn't like his take, but I think he just has something personal against Devin Haney, right? But if he was racist, he wouldn't be capable of saying like nowadays that the way Devin Haney does that. He doesn't think that Devin Haney beat Lomachenko, but he thinks that Devin Haney does things the right way and is trying to, fight everybody, and that's someone who's really trying to do boxing in the right way. So he's basically behind the way Devin Haney does his thing, and as a good fighter, right? But just don't like him, right? So you wouldn't be capable of doing that, right? If you were very racist, maybe there's a racist spleen there, but you wouldn't be capable. And I'm gonna tell you something else that you wouldn't be capable of doing, and I'm telling you straight up, he's the only person in this boxing realm, besides me, that talks about Demetrius Andrade and how that's a travesty in the world of boxing, because the whole boxing world was behind that. And he would tell you that Canelo didn't fight him. Not only this Benavidez stuff that's coming up now we'll talk about. Everybody seems to get on that train, right? But everybody's trying to miss what happened with Demetrius Andrade. Like Canelo was Demetrius Andrade mandatory, and it just was able to ignore him. That Canelo could have fought him for undisputed at 160. These are things that Paulie Mallignaggi will say on huge platforms. People don't do that. No one. Explain who? Even people of color. No one talks about Demetrius Andrade. Try to act like that didn't happen. That was one of the biggest travesties ever in boxing, because we're talking an undisputed fight in the middleweight division. Like that, no one talks about that. When we came to undisputed in heavyweight, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, we talking about it, right? Bivol and Beterbiev, we talking about it, But a glamour division also, in middleweight division, everybody ignored it and started letting Canelo talk about Kovalev, 2 divisions higher, who was coming off of barely a win against Anthony Yarde, instead of fighting undisputed Demetrius Andrade. And then he was able to call Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter, and people laughed with Canelo instead of at Canelo. Paulie Mallignaggi will say something about that, right? Right now, he's the only one out there really telling you what's going on with Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. That boxing world tries to just tell you who the damn champions are, right? Who the good ones are, before they earn it. And he'll say that Canelo's career has a lot of that, a lot of bad decisions that he was given and stuff like that. Who says that on the mainstream media? And I would say Paulie Mallignaggi's been on the mainstream media. So my point about it is, sometimes, yes, he's probably said some things. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he said a few things, because Paulie Mallignaggi has always been about if something's unjust in boxing. The house fighter winning fights. I remember him complaining about this 10 years ago. Why is the house fighter going to win all fights? The judges, why are they not being, the judges not getting reprimanded for this stuff, these obvious wins, giving people fights and, stuff like that. Because the fighter that loses, we don't think about that. Just fighters that's losing. Who did Teofimo beat that he didn't beat? Sandor Martin. I mean, just the dude, had to go back with a loss. Jermaine Ortiz. Like he's lost to Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Jermaine Ortiz could be a star now. He's outboxed both of those guys. But it's ignored. So things like that just come to mind. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know if Paulie Mallignaggi is racist. I don't really think so. I think it's more of just unjust. But there might be a few things that he's probably said, because Paulie Mallignaggi will say some stuff that could have been racist statements. But I don't think a racist is not capable of talking about no damn Demetrius Andrade in a positive light. Is not capable of telling you the truth about a Canelo Alvarez. They're just not. Because if so, this wouldn't be insider information. This wouldn't be a dude on the internet that's saying this, and then all of a sudden no one's going to like the video. It would be mainstream media, and everybody would be talking about it. So let's not act like it's not happening. So if someone in the mainstream is talking about that, I don't really know if that person could be racist. It can be very racist. Can't be racist, maybe a little racist, and most of us are. So yeah, Paulie Mallignaggi is basically very important to boxing. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.